weren't expecting the whole crew, but it's good to see you all. How are you?
We're all very good.
Thank you for
Thanks for
carving
having
out
us.
some time and being on the show. We're very excited to have you guys back in town. How goes the tour so far?
It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nobody else wants to chime in. That's it.
No, it's been a lot of fun.
It's been really good.
A resounding yes.
It's been yes.
You know, speaking of tours, obviously we're super excited because you guys are going to be here on October 3rd. For Badflower, what's the recipe for a great live set for you guys? When does it feel like you get off and you're like, man, that was it?
It's all about quality ingredients, ripe bananas,
Cold beer.
cold beer, ripe avocados,
All right.
crush,
Sweaty crowd.
a sweaty crowd.
Sweaty socks.
Yeah, you can't perform well in a cold venue. There has to be sweat. Everybody's got to be sweaty, and then it's good.
Got a little fan in front of me.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you guys all have everything that you need to make a good show come together, and you look good doing it. That's the important part. And I got to give you credit for when you put this whole thing together. I love this bill that you have put together top to bottom. I'm a huge fan of Sloth Rest. I love Mizio. I love that you guys are putting this together. Was there any kind of thought behind that, or is that all above your head, what gets picked to open up a show like this?
No, they usually send us some options, and we love both Sloth Rest and Missio. We've been talking about having Sloth Rest out with us for a long time, so we finally just made it happen. And then Missio offered as well, and we were like, yes, definitely.
Yeah, there's nothing better than like a little bit of diversity on a bill, and I think there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that on this bill, which is awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
We have to ask because otherwise we're not doing our job. But Detroit's a fantastic song. You guys have knocked it out of the park once again. I know you're kind of slowly but surely releasing some stuff. What are the updates for a Badflower album, full on coming soon kind of thing?
We never have album updates.
No,
No, because it's never done. It's going to be done the day before it's released, and I don't know what day that is. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. It's okay. We had to ask.
But we're working hard on it. We're actually working on it, continuing to work on it on the bus on this tour. So I will say that we've done the majority of the work. Like all the drums have been tracked. The majority of like the other parts, guitar parts and stuff have been tracked. It's just like making sure that all the vocals and lyrics are all perfect. And I'm crazy with that stuff. I'm a perfectionist, so it takes a long time.
And it shows. I mean, I know the story behind Detroit, why it's called Detroit. I just wanted to see if maybe there's a possibility that we could have a song called Boise on the album when it comes out, and maybe there is. Maybe there is.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on what happens on the bus before the show.
Yeah,
All
maybe
right.
if something's written in Boise on the bus before the show, then there very well could be. There's actually going to be 2 city names on this album.
Oh, that's some Easter egg action. Do you guys?
We're breaking news to everybody. All right.
Yeah. So that's news. That's news. I haven't said that to anybody.
The writing on the road is does it matter to you where you write your songs? I mean, some people prefer they want to be locked up in a cabin out in the woods somewhere, or this or that. Does it matter to you where the songs get written? Does it make a difference?
What matters is that nobody is around to listen and judge. So that's why the cabin works out. I actually live on a farm, and the farm has become the hub for the band. And one of the reasons I did that was I can scream as loud as I want at 4 a.m. and do my weird creative shit, and nobody is going to hear me except for the cows. But I don't mind; they can hear.
That's awesome. I love your process, Josh. We have been fans of the band for a really long time. I think I've told you this story before, but it was back in I think 2014, 2015. We had a gentleman come in. His name was David. He dropped off a song. He wasn't attached with you guys in any way, shape, or form, but he had a copy of your song Soap. And
wow.
we heard it and we're like, oh my God, this is great. We put it on the radio station. We cage matched it. It won 5-7 days in a row. It got retired and we started playing the song. So we've been a fan of Badflower for a really, really long time.
No way.
For real.
You must be the only radio station in the world that played Soap.
It's true.
I'll tell his
That's
name is
so
Mark.
cool.
His name is Mark Jacobs, and David Jacobs, right? I don't remember if he knew your manager at the time or the person that helped produce the EP. but he's the guy who brought your song to the station. And we were like, this kicks a whole bunch of ass, but it was really, really cool. So we love you guys and have for a really long time. I don't even know if it means anything to you, but it's cool.
No, that does. That's really cool. I don't know who David Jacobs is. That name does not ring any bells. So, but thank you, David.
He's floated around in the radio promo world for a while. But yeah, Soap, I mean, you know, and for us, it's like, yeah, we're proud of that because of not just of what you guys have become, but we could tell then that you were writing really good music, and nothing has changed since then. What's changed with you guys in the band since it's all started?
I mean, lots of stuff.
Living
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, locations.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Also getting validation in this industry changes the way that you write songs too. It makes it a lot harder. Living more comfortably makes it harder. It's more comfortable and more fun, but it's harder to like dig in and find that angst. Sometimes it's just not there, and we refuse to be the type of band that like fakes that, which is why like a song like Detroit makes perfect sense for us because it's exactly where we're at in that moment. But then there's a lot of fans of our band who are into like the hardcore angsty stuff from the early days, and we're like, we can't pretend that we feel that way now. So we're not going to do that. However, there are moments when we feel that way, and we make sure to write songs about them whenever we feel. So yeah, but it's different. It's different. It's not the same process at all. It's a lot more difficult now.
And I think
Also, there's more of an audience to judge you too, which changes things. Like when we were at Soap in that first EP, we didn't have any fans. Nobody cared. So we're just like, let's just make something we think is cool.
Yeah. Authenticity is important, I think. And, you know, people who are fans of your band, you know, like you said, they can tell the difference when it's fake and when it's real. And after a while, you can only get away with putting out so much fake stuff before it catches up with you. So I think that's really cool that you were like, no matter what happens, we need to be and remain authentic to ourselves.
Yeah, that truly is the most important thing for us. Like, even if people don't like it or don't respond to it in the same way, at least we can sleep at night knowing that we're not lying to people.
No, and the beauty of Badflower is you guys have always been that way because, you know, while we have lived you for a long time, I think the first 2 or maybe even 3 times we saw you guys was out in Vegas when you had to play those conventions that all of us rock idiots go to. And it's a radio convention, which is the worst goddamn audience in the world. And you guys are out there killing it in stores. And then you get into actual gigs on stage and put it together. And, you know, you're in front of people with their arms folded, just trying to be impressed, and you're killing it and made us all huge fans. And I got to give it up because I knew the second you went on stage, I'm like, I'm going to love Badflower forever, the way that they're killing it in front of us idiots. So I always want to give it up for you as well for that, because it can't be an easy gig. It just can't.
You know what? At that stage, we were so used to doing weird shows like that. That one wasn't even weird. Like, that was perfectly fine. Yeah. And you call yourselves idiots, but I seem to recall the John Barbados store show.
Yeah.
Being awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
I remember it being super fun. Like it. Yeah. There was nothing weird about it.
It was weird though, having a showcase in a retail store. It was a little different, at least for us to watch. I don't know.
I mean, we played like Hot Topics and shit. We've done worse.
Yeah. That's true. That's true, I suppose. Yeah. But, you know, now
this was a designer store. This was cool.
You're doing the headline thing and you're out on the road. I love the video for the Detroit as well, which kind of showcases a lot of you guys behind the scenes doing this. That has had to up your ante a little bit too. The social media game, the behind the scenes stuff. Do you enjoy doing that kind of thing, or is it just you guys being you guys?
Doing what exactly?
Like, you know, having stuff behind the scenes, having a camera crew follow you around, do that kind of stuff. Or did you know it was for the video, or is that just all like real kind of casual stuff?
No, it's all real stuff. We've had people holding a camera on us for pretty much the entirety of our career. And so to make that video, we just dug through hard drives of stuff. We're like, let's just get a little bit from every sort of period and show how much fun we had when we had very little, you know, and when life was a lot harder and we were getting on airplanes that we could barely afford the tickets to get to some show that nobody was going to be at. And, you know, like those were the best days. Yeah,
man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love the video. I love you guys. I cannot wait to see you on the 3rd. You're going to be at the Rev Center, bringing a great bill with you. That is next Thursday. We're going to be there in full force, and we are excited to have some fun with you a little bit pre-show sound check party style. So thank you for inviting us into that. And we are looking forward to seeing you guys. So thank you for the time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Please bring us your best potatoes.
All right. We promise.
Your best.
Okay.
Unbuttered.
You have
Unbuttered.
our unbuttered. You got it. Thank
All
you
right.
guys. We appreciate
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much. Have a good one.
Rock on, man.